What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
So, Sony should really consider remastering some of its older games for the Nintendo Switch. Now, with the upcoming PlayStation 5, it's seeming very unlikely that it's going to be able to play PlayStation 3 games, which is understandable. But if Sony goes the route of re-releasing those games or remastering those games for purchase on the PlayStation 5, it's going to look kind of goofy because their main competition, the Xbox Series X, pretty much does that for free on the Xbox's entire damn lineup of since they've been out. So it's gonna look kind of like it looks kind of goofy if they were to do that. But the way they could get around that entirely and still make a little cash is remaster some of these PlayStation games on the Switch. Now, I'm not talking about PlayStation 4. I'm actually talking about PlayStation 3 games. Because there was a lot of good PlayStation 3 exclusives that didn't sell as well as they should have. And with the Nintendo Switch audience, a lot of Nintendo players have not played these games. And they're actually pretty good. So just imagine here. These are just like some of my main candidates for this. Imagine a 1080p native Killzone 2 remaster on the Switch that you could play anywhere. Just imagine that. A 1080p native version of Killzone 2 on the Switch would be one of the best looking games on the system because the post-processing effects in that game are bananas. Imagine that. Killzone 2, 1080p native on the Switch. Also imagine Resistance series or the Resistance 2 on the Switch. Resistance 2 had some of the funnest online in a shooter during that generation. Imagine a remaster of Metal Gear Solid 4 on the Switch. Switch doesn't have a lot of story-driven games like that right now. Imagine a 1080p native version, or even just a port of that on the Switch that you could play anywhere. It'll sell like hotcakes. People been waiting to replay that game anyway, and that would just give them a reason to do that. Sony got a lot of money on the table that they can get actually from Nintendo fans if they really tried. Now, the only issue with this is that these games were, of course, developed around the Cell processor, which is a completely different processor than the Nintendo Switch and even the PlayStation 4 CPU, so they'll have some issues there. I mean, even Naughty Dog had issues at first bringing Last of Us Remastered to the PlayStation 4 initially. But if they can get around that workaround, they can make them some chips. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Would you buy these games on the Switch? I know I would.